yeah, Collegeville. And yes, I'm glad to say that I'm a K-Hawk. I'm about to graduate. Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
White and purple, yeah, I know you see it. You see the chaos and you tell yourself you wanna be it. I go to CHS, so I am a champ. I ran this game so long I'm starting to get a stomach cramp. Class of 1, 2, but we're number 1. Shout out to all my juniors, yeah, you know we get it done. White and purple, you already know. It's a little easy peasy and that boy lay low.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
I'm by my white and purple, Scarface and DJ Screw. We on the peak of the mountain, best at what we do. Yeah, we the champs, homie, but we ain't selling shoes. These boys bleeding purple, call us the cheapest crew. They don't gotta do it big, cause I don't play no sports. I play my cards right. Now a good report. When Dub 12 comes, it's time to roll off. I'm the back cause everybody rolling with me, K-Hawks.
Yeah, you know what it is.
All the freshmen, sophomores,
High school champions.
yeah, they know what it is.
All around my town, everything is
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
we shut it down for the school and the sports team.
White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Yeah, you know what it is. Collegeville High School, a champions. Yeah, screaming that's us. And when we on top, boy, quit fussing. All around my town, everything is white and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple. We shut it down for the school and the sports team. White and purple, white and purple, white and purple, white and purple.
Technology's wonderful. Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Camelot Bowl here in Collinsville. A little bit of a delay after nothing seemed to work there for a minute. And as usual, had to shut everything down and bring everything back up. And lo and behold, we are on. And then, of course, the YouTube page wanted to go back to the Heron basketball game, so I had to go back in and retitle everything again. But nevertheless, we are on, and we are at Camelot Bowl because you guessed it. We have some bowling coverage for you. And my name is Todd Duke. Welcome into the pregame show brought to you by LC's Pub in Caseyville. Great food, great drinks, great service served up daily by LC's Pub in Caseyville. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville. Give them a call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007. Collinsville getting ready to take on Belleville West here this afternoon. We are here covering the boys, although the boys and the girls are in action. We'll have some girls bowling for you next week. So right now we focus on the boys. Collinsville is 1-1 coming into this contest. This is just Southwestern Conference play. Does not include tournaments or anyone outside of the conference. In Belleville West, they are 0-2. Sean Hay is the head coach of K-Hawk Bowling, but he has turned the boys' side over to his son Eli. So Eli will be joining us here in just a minute. Dale Strom is the head coach at Belleville West. Sean Hay, by the way, 25th year as the head coach of Collinsville Bowling, 222 wins, 104 losses. His boys took third place in state back in the 2002-2003 season, one of 13 times that Coach Hay's boys bowling teams have qualified for state. So far in the year, Collinsville, as I mentioned, they are 1-1. They have a couple of tournaments under their belt. They lost to Alton at Alton earlier in the year, and a win against Belleville East at Bel Air Bowl earlier in the year. And right now, after one round of the Southwestern Conference tournament, Collinsville is sitting in fourth place after 6 games. That tournament will resume on January the 13th in Alton. And on January the 13th, the girls will play part 1 of their Southwestern Conference tournament, and that concludes February 4th at Bel Air Bowl. So, Collinsville right now Daniel Wilde has the high game. He bowled a 300 game, which he shot during that Southwestern Conference tournament. Jace Coates is the high average at 214, with Brody Hoganson second with 211, and Daniel Wilde currently averages about 207. Both Shane and Hayden have shown greatness during tournaments, according to Coach Hay. Hayden finished first overall and shot a 763 series in the first half of the Breeze Central Invitational in the first weekend of competition. Shane was averaged well in multiple tournaments this year, including the Plainfield North Strike Fest, where he finished 15th overall out of about 250 bowlers. Current tournament finishes: Heron Invitational, Collinsville finished 6th, Belleville West finished 8th. The Zach LeClaire, I'll get that wrong all night long. LeClaire tournament, Collinsville ended up winning the Silver Division Championship, but they finished 12th overall in that tournament. You have the Gold Division, that's where the true first place team comes from, and then the other ones will drop down to the Silver Division. Belleville West got dropped down into the Silver Division as well. They finished in 5th place in the Silver Division and 20th overall. Collinsville finished 9th in the Plainfield North Strike Fest, and they finished 15th in the Harlem Invitational. Collinsville, they, as I mentioned, 0-2 in Southwestern Conference play. They lost Southwestern Conference matches to O'Fallon and to Alton. Belleville West, by the way, played in a different tournament than Collinsville. They played in the Salem Boys Invitational. That was back just last week on November 23rd, or a little over a week ago. They finished in 6th place out of 8 teams in that tournament. Junior Parker Schmidt finished 10th overall out of the 50 bowlers that participated in that one. And taking a look at the numbers for Collinsville as far as Southwestern Conference play is concerned, as Coach mentioned in his notes, Jace Coates has the high average of 214. And then after that, you have Daniel Wilde, who has the high game of 278. Again, this is just head-to-head versus Southwestern Conference team, so it does not include that 300 game that he bowled in the Southwestern Conference tournament. So Daniel Wilde in Southwestern Conference play has a high of 278 and a high series of 718. The rest of them look like this. Hayden LeDrew has an average of 175. Brody Hoganson has an average of 211. Wilde has an average of 207. And Shane Box has an average of 182. Amarian Hall, who is not in the starting 5 tonight but could see some action a little bit later, has an average of 188. As far as Belleville West is concerned, Trevor Muskoff, their junior, he has the high average right now. He has all 3 categories: high average of 212, high game of 256, and the high series of 643. He is the only Belleville West bowler that is averaging over 200. His brother Travis Muskoff, a sophomore, is the closest one behind him with an average of 194. And then you have Devin Schmitling, who has an average of 185. Parker Schmidt averages 190. Colin Conan has an average of 180. Elias Hunsdorfer is 103. And Caden Bateau has an average of 156. And besides Muskoff's high game of 256, you got a couple of guys in there as well over 200. Travis Muskoff has a 234 for his high game. And then you drop down to Parker Schmidt, who has a 215. But Trevor Muskoff, he is the only one that, his brother has a high series of 607, but those two, the Muskoff brothers, are the only ones that are over 600 as far as the high series is concerned. We will take a break. We'll come back over here and talk to Eli Hay, and we'll do that after we take a timeout here on the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for K-Hawk fans, before, after, or even during K-Hawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows K-Hawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live, as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carry-out orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl in the LC's Pub pregame show on the Kahawk Sports Network. Collinsville getting ready to take on Belleville West. And joining us now is the boys' head coach. That would be Eli Hay, the son of the major head coach of Collinsville Bowling. That would be Sean Hay. How you doing, Eli?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing all right, man. Before we get started with bowling, man, let's get an update on the esports. How's esports going at Collinsville?
It's good. We got the room up and running. PCs are set up. The Nintendo Switches are set up. We got everything set up, running good. We've done a few practices already, gotten kids in the room, started on some of the equipment, started some of the games. Just getting a feel for it. Once out of Christmas break, we're planning on having some tryouts for some tournament teams and start getting into it a little more.
You guys have a season?
IHSA hasn't really defined a season for it yet. They have a sectional and a state tournament that they have out there. It's kind of just an open field kind of thing right now. They haven't done a whole lot to put a start date and end date like a lot of the other sports, but the fact that they're recognizing it is a big step in itself. So we're just kind of right here in the beginnings of it. So it's kind of play it by feel.
So is this a IHSA sport starting this year, or is it really going to kick in next year?
I think it's going to start kicking in next year. They've held state tournaments for it. It's listed as like an activity. It's the same thing as bass fishing.
Yeah.
So they hold a state tournament for it. But next year for the high school, it's definitely going to be more of a sport right at the beginning of the year. We'll host tryouts at the beginning of the year. As of right now, it's more of a, if you are interested, show up, come out and practice with us, see if you like it, kind of thing. Whereas next year, it's going to be much more of a sport format where we have tryouts, we have tournament teams, we have practice teams, and that kind of stuff.
So a little more structured next year.
Yeah, a little more structured next year. We just kind of wanted to open the room up, give kids the ability to come out and try it out, see what it's about, see if it's for them, and just give them the exposure, really.
All right, let's talk about some bowling. How about let's start with Daniel Wilde, man. 300 game this year, second year in a row. You've had a guy bowler bowl a 300 game at the exact same location.
Yeah, they seem to like it. Yeah, I mean, he got lined up, and he honestly threw a fantastic game. Every shot was buried, especially in the 10th frame. His 10th frame looked great. And he earned it. He's been working hard in this offseason, and it shows. I mean, he's been one of our more consistent bowlers over the first part of the season. And yeah, that he deserved every part of that 300. He threw a great game there.
Yeah. All right. And your season typically starts with a bunch of tournaments, so get us updated on tournament play.
Yeah. We've honestly, every bowler at varsity's had a really good tournament. I'm pretty sure everybody's placed or averaged well enough to place in most instances. We just can't seem to get all 5 guys to have that good tournament at the same time. But yeah, everybody's had a good tournament. So in terms of individual talent, they're all capable of doing very well at a tournament. It's just it's just kind of getting everybody on that same page at the same time has been the struggle so far.
Now, Belleville West was also in the Heron tournament and also in the tournament you guys host here at Collinsville every year. And I know you're focused on your guys. Have you had a chance to just kind of take a glance over and see what they were doing?
Yeah, they're always a good opponent. I think our program's in a little bit of a further spot than theirs at the current moment in time, but it's not a team you can ever sleep on. They're very well coached. They come from a really good bowling alley. They're just always a good enough team to go out there and shoot a big game against you. And if you trip up for one of these games, they can easily catch you like any of these big teams. But yeah, I mean they're a consistent lineup from top to bottom and very well coached. So it's not a team to sleep on by any means.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back to the Southwestern Conference tournament. One of the only sports that you'll find a Southwestern Conference tournament that's split up into 2 different sections. You guys have already played the first half, and now you'd have to wait till January 13th to play the second half.
Yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. But the first tournament, we definitely hit some struggles early. I think we saw some lane conditions that we just weren't prepared for, and just poor executions on shot. We've also had some illness running around the team too, so people have been getting off of that, recovering from being sick. But we had a good game in there. We're not too far out of it because of that good game, so we can definitely make a push back on the second half. But all in all, I'm definitely happy with what we've shown so far.
Yeah, your dad sent me some notes earlier today and said the good students, good people, and it's a matter of time until we see what they can do, and they're getting better and better every week. So would you attest to that?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, every week we find something that's positive, that's going in the right direction, even if it's just little steps at a time. If it's just improving picking the tip pin a little better, improving that first shot, getting the ball in the pocket, carrying better strikes. Each tournament we usually find a really good takeaway that we take back and then move forward with. But yeah, I mean they're good students. They're great listeners. They go out and they listen to us. They try their best with everything. Yeah, as a coach, you can't really ask for much more than that.
All right, man. Thanks for the visit. We'll talk to you after Game 3.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, that is Eli Hay, the head coach of the boys bowling team. We got the boys over here on lanes 25 and 26. That's in the middle of your screen. That big blue bowling ball in the middle of your screen, just underneath the end of the Belleville West score bug part. That is lane 26, and of course where you just saw the young man from Collinsville go, that is lane 25. The varsity girls are right next to us in lanes 27 and 28, so of course we will keep an eye on them as the day progresses, but we are here to focus on the boys. We will have the girls for you 1 week from today, Monday, excuse me, here at Camelot Bowl against Edwardsville, and then we'll be back here next Wednesday to cover more of the boys, and then 2 weeks from today, we'll be back here to cover the girls again, and then that'll be it for bowling until we get to January the 6th, and then we'll cover the girls one final time, and then that'll be all of our bowling coverage on the year. Everything here at Camelot Bowl for Collinsville High School has been kind of condensed into the month of December. They only have 5 home matches against Southwestern Conference teams. Of course, you take Granite City out of the mix a few years ago in the Southwestern Conference, and the fact that East St. Louis doesn't have a bowling team, so that leaves you the 2 Belleville schools, O'Fallon, Alton, and Edwardsville. So Collinsville only has 5 head-to-head matches with their Southwestern Conference counterparts, and all those 5 matches, well, we're going to be here to cover the boys or the girls, one of the two, on all 5 of them this year. And then, of course, we will pay attention to everything they do in the postseason. The boys will enter the regional championships first, and then the girls will follow about a week or a week and a half later, somewhere around there. All right, one final break coming your way, and when we come back, we will tell you about the 5 bowlers for each side for Collinsville under Sean and Eli Hay, and for Belleville West under Dale Strom. And we will do that here in just a moment as the LC's Pub pregame show rolls on here on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Looking for a little bite to eat in a nice, friendly establishment before heading out to a game? Look no further than LC's Pub in Caseyville. Just blocks from Collinsville High School, LC's Pub is the pub of choice for Kahawk fans, before, after, or even during Kahawk games. LC's Pub features a wide variety of traditional bar food like burgers and fries, chicken wings and chicken strips, appetizers like pepper jack mac and cheese bites, fried pickles, and green beans. Plus they have salads, fish, shrimp, and more. LC's Pub also features an outdoor patio, a gaming room, weekly poker tournaments, and a pool table, plus enough TVs for all the sports fans. And LC's Pub shows Kahawk games live as well as Blues and Cardinals games. LC's Pub, 605 North Main Street in Caseyville, right across the intersection from All Pro Tees. Call for carryout orders at 618-855-9007 and on Facebook at LC's Pub. LC's Pub, Kahawk fans' pub of choice. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the KHOK Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the KHOK Sports Network and KHOKSports.com.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHOKSports.com and the KHOK Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Welcome back to Camelot Bowl. Todd Duke here with you. All right, we are awaiting the national anthem, and then we'll get things going here. So we're running a little bit behind schedule. This was scheduled for 3 o'clock, which usually means about 3:15, but now it's already 3:30. All right, for Belleville West, Travis Muskoff will lead things off for Belleville West. He is a sophomore, followed by Caden Bateau. He is a junior. Devin Schmittling is in the middle. He's a sophomore. Trevor Muskoff, the junior of the brother at the top, Travis. He's the fourth bowler, and the anchor bowler for Belleville West is another junior, and Parker Schmidt. So Belleville West does not have any seniors on this year's team. Jace Coates, senior for Collinsville, lead things off, followed by Shane Box, Hayden LeDrew, and Brody Hoganson, all three juniors. And then Daniel Wilde is the senior who will be the anchor bowler for Collinsville. We're back to get things started here in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking. Conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage Team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
And once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. Get you ready here for Collinsville versus Belleville West. We have a busy week this week, and we have a busy week next week. The only day this week we do not have a contest to bring you is going to be Wednesday. Tomorrow, we are back in action with some boys basketball as Rochester comes to town to take on your Collinsville K-Hawks. Wednesday, we are off. Thursday, we have some more hockey coming your way. We have a game between Collinsville and Freeburg-Waterloo. I believe that Collinsville and Freeburg-Waterloo play each other twice this week. And then we will end up the week with more boys basketball for you on the road as Collinsville opens up Southwestern Conference play. And they will do so at Belleville East. And then next week, we do not have a day off. We have games for you on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. All right, here we go. Travis Muskoff will lead things off over here on 26 for Belleville West with that sweeping curveball. Misses the head pin, though, and leaves 3 standing. That would be the 1, the 2, and the 7 as Jace Coates gets ready to go over here on lane 25 for Collinsville. As the girls are just getting underway over on lane 28. All right, so here is Jace Coates on lane 25. Hope my camera is up high enough where you can see over everyone's heads and get to see Jace as he lets it go down 25. And that one sweeps right in there at the head pin, but he's going to leave 3 up as well, but his is a little different, the 4 and the 7 and the 10. Travis Muskoff over here on 26 trying to go for his spare, and he'll do just that. So that's the way we get started here with a spare for Belleville West. Going to be a little bit of a tougher job for Jace Coates to pull off a spare, but we'll see what he can do over there on lane 25. I know he's eyeing that 7 and that 4 and trying to get one of those pins to flip on over and take care of that 10, but that did not happen. Here is Caden Batto, a junior on 26 for Belleville West. He'll take the head pin and leave the 10 as Shane Box on 25 takes his first throw for Collinsville. He'll get the first strike of the night for either one of these two teams. And Collinsville has started off with a 7 miss on the spare and then a 10. It says spare up on the scoreboard though, as Bateau ends up going into the gutter over here on 26. Here comes Hayden LeDrew, 3 juniors in a row for Collinsville on lane 25 for the K-Hawks. And LeDrew will miss the head pin as well, but at least his are a little bit more grouped together. He's got that sleeper back there though. Got the 2 with the 8 right behind him besides the head pin that he left. Devin Schmittling, a sophomore on 26 now for Belleville West, and his goes off to the left-hand side. So LeDrew Has to deal with the 1-2-8 that's left for him as he awaits the JV counterpart over there on 24 to get done. Now he's ready to go. Normally my first boys bowling match of the year, the girls haven't even started yet, so things seem to go by a little bit faster because there's less people and only 4 lanes being used, but everything's kind of bunched up, as I mentioned, this year. The girls just started their season in the Triad tournament on Saturday, so they haven't had a lot of playing time yet. And Schmittling takes care of his spare on 26. Now here is Brody Hoganson, the last of the 3 juniors in a row for Collinsville on lane 25. He'll take care of a strike, so 2 strikes in this first frame for Collinsville. Trevor Muskoff over here on 26, one of 3 juniors and 2 sophomores to start off here, and he gets the first strike for Belleville West. They've already fixed that 7 and then a 2 for Jace Coates up there. The computer had it as a spare. And here is Daniel Wilde, him of the 300 game, and he starts off with a strike. And Parker Schmidt, the final bowler for Belleville West. He's a big, tall kid. He takes care of most of them, leaves up the 9 pin, I do believe. No, that's the 3, sorry. A little depth perception there. So Parker Schmidt will have one more throw coming his way, and then the 2 teams will switch lanes. Collinsville will come to 26. Belleville West will go over to 25. And here is Schmidt's final throw here in this first frame. He'll take care of a spare. So after 1 completed frame, we are 1 pin different. Collinsville has 49, and Belleville West has 48. So now Jace Coates will get things going over here on 26. Trying to see if they have any, haven't paid attention here, trying to get my wheels underneath me, see if we got any lefties out here. I'm a lefty. And there's a strike by Jace Coates. Me and the family went out to Airport Plaza Bowl in Bethalto on Saturday after all the snow fell. And we had some fun bowling. My high game out of 3 was 127. So, yeah, been a long time since I bowled, so I'll be happy with the 127. Here is Shane Box over on 26 for Collinsville as Travis Muskoff left the 7 pin over on 25 for Belleville East, and then a ball right down the middle, but that kind of splits everything. So the 4 and the 7, and then the 3, 6, 10 is left over for Shane Box. Doable. Here is Travis Muskoff going for that 7 pin over on 25, and he'll take care of that one. And now Shane Box trying to clean up the mess down there, and he'll come in from the side. Almost got it done. Left up 1. So not bad considering what he was left with. And now Caden Bateau over on 25. He'll leave up 1 as well. While Hayden LeDrew readies himself on 26 for Collinsville. Most of the players for Belleville West have the names on the backs of their bowling shirts. And the 10 pin left for LeDrew. I would like to see a 300 game. I've never witnessed one in person. And I've been covering K-Hawk bowling for, I'm going to guess this is probably like my 5th year. Schmittling over on, or excuse me, Bateau over on 25, missed his lone pin. And for Collinsville, LeDrew has 1 pin left himself. It is the 10 pin. And he has no problem with that one. Devin Schmittling, the sophomore. Besides Travis Muskoff, who leads off for Belleville West, he is the only other sophomore starting here today. And he'll leave up 1. That seems to be a theme going around here. Brody Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville. Hoganson got to strike his first frame, and he will do it again. So 2 in a row for Hoganson. Daniel Wilde trying to accomplish the same thing. Wilde, of course, is the one who bowled the 300 game in the Southwestern Conference first round of it anyway. We have a ball stuck over on 23. Here is Schmittling. He'll take care of his pin, and Daniel Wilde will now roll down 26, trying for back-to-back strikes himself. And that one will leave a minor split. 3 in the 10, it looks like from here. And that's exactly what it is. Trevor Muskoff over on 25 for Belleville West. And that one goes in the gutter. Wilde will not get a 300 game here in this first one. Well, it's a 3-game thing, so that was a nice ball right there. Computer screen up there told him that he needed to hit that 3-pin on the left-hand side to knock it into the 10, but he hit it on the right-hand side and then bounced off the 3-pin, the ball did, and went to the 10-pin. So whatever works. Here's Trevor Muskoff trying to pick up a 10-pin spare, and he'll knock down 7 of them. And that just leaves us Parker Schmidt to round out frame number 2 here. The girls are almost finished with frame number 2 as well. And here is Parker Schmidt on 25 for the Maroons. He leaves up the 6 and the 10-pin. One more coming up here for Schmidt. And then we'll switch lanes again and head to frame number 3. It's on the way, and a spare is had by all. All right, after 2 frames in the books, Collinsville has a lead of 136 pins to 118 pins. In case this is your first time watching high school bowling, you get a point for a head-to-head win, so a total of 5 points available as far as head-to-head wins go, and then the school that ends up winning that first game will get another 5 points. So an opportunity to score 10 points for each school in each game. Here is Travis Muskoff. He'll leave up, it looks like almost the same thing he did when he started this match off over here on 26. The 1, 2, and the 7. Similar anyway. Jace Coates, he left up the 9-pin, so he's trying to take care of that over on 25. And he'll miss. So Coates follows up a strike with a 9 and a miss. Travis Muskoff trying to take care of this 1, 2, 7. And he will. Shane Box over on 25 for the Kahoks. And that one is a little bit off to the left of the head pin, so he'll leave up a couple. The 3 and the 6. My eyes don't deceive me. Here is Caden Bateau on 26 for Belleville West. And he'll give himself a strike. And that is his second, or excuse me, his first. First 2 frames, 9 and a miss, 9 and a miss, and now he gets a strike. So he takes the 9 out of the equation. And over on lane 25 for Collinsville, Shane Box could only get 1 of the 2. Devin Schmittling now for Belleville West on 26. One of those that does not have a name on the back of his bowling shirt, and he doesn't like that one at all as that goes off into the gutter right before it started heading toward that 7-pin. Hayden LeDrew on 25 for the Kahoks. He'll leave up 4. Well, I guess that when I had to reset everything, I never turned back on the old chat box. Schmittling over here on 26. That one curves in there. It leaves himself a split, but that was his second ball, so he won't get a chance to take care of that. Meanwhile, Hayden LeDrew on 25 trying to clean up his 4 pins that are all bunched together, including the sleepers, to 8, 4, 5. Oh, that one's in the gutter. Trevor Muskoff on 26 for the Maroons. Leaves the 7. Brody Hoganson on 25 for the Kahoks. And away it goes. Ooh, almost left the 7-10 split, but at the last second, that 7-pin fell down, so just the 10 left to get. Trevor Muskoff has the 7. Brody Hagenson has the 10. Muskoff up first. And he'll take care of his. Now Hoganson will try the opposite side. And to success. So each of the number 4 bowlers for each team leaves himself with a wide out pin. 7 on one, 10 on the other, and they pick it up. Here is Parker Schmidt. Schmidt on 26 leaves up 1. Wilde over on 25 looking for his second strike to go along with a strike and a spare that he got in the first 2 frames respectively. That one's on the way down 25, and he will leave up the 10 pin again. 4 pin is what remains for Parker Schmidt. And he'll take care of his. Now we wait for Wilde to take care of his, and then we'll move on to the 4th. Lady K-Hawks trail by about 16 pins right now, but it's early. Here is Wilde, and his goes in the gutter. So we have played 3, and after 3 frames in the books for the boys' side, Collinsville with a 40-pin lead, 222 to 282. There is Jace Coates on 26 to get us going in the 4th. And that's a nice strike, and for LeDrew, that is his second. Here is Travis Muskoff on 25. He'll leave 1 pin up. So Shane Box already set to go on 26 for Collinsville. That one kind of spins away right at the last second. Just barely ticked the head pin. Saw it wobble there. Big congratulations to Christopher Kettler, my friend and my cohort for a lot of K-Hawk sports. He's going to be inducted into the Illinois Basketball Coaches Association's Hall of Fame for all of his years working the score table there at Collinsville High School. He's done it for over 20 years now. So congratulations to Mr. Kettler. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Shane Box takes care of his spare on 26. And that'll bring up Hayden LeDrew, but he is waiting for Caden Batteau to go down 25. He does and leaves up 3. Here is LeDrew on 26 for Collinsville. He'll have himself a split to deal with. Not a 7-10 split, but pretty gnarly anyway. Gnarly. When was the last time I said that word? He leaves up the 4 and the 10. He has to deal with that while Caden Batteau has to deal with something over on 25, and he'll miss entirely. LeDrew, it can be done. So can a 7-10, but those are rarely done. 4 and a 10, just a little bit easier. Has to hit that 4 pin just right, and he did, but he just went behind the 10 pin. Good try. Here is Devin Schmittling over on 25 for Belleville West. He'll have himself a strike, and that'll be his first one of the day. Meanwhile, Brody Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville. As I've often heard, too much head pin. Gotta try to hit that head pin on the left or the right, man. You get it right down the middle, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Here is Trevor Muskoff on 25, who leaves up 1. It wobbled, but it wouldn't fall. And now Hoganson will try to pick up his 3-6-10 that he left, and he will. Girls just starting their fourth frame. One bowler in for the Belleville West side. Trevor Muskoff down 25. And then it'll be Daniel Wilde on 26 to round out Collinsville's 5. Muskoff takes care of his spare. And now Wilde brings it in and takes another strike. That is the second strike for Wilde. Got a strike in the first, and now here again in the fourth. And Parker Schmidt over on 25 leaves up 2. Another snowy day around here. After about 3.5, almost 4 inches Saturday. We had, it snowed all day today, but not much of a accumulation. It was really light and stopped every once in a while, started back up again. So they were calling for a dusting to a 1/2 inch. But boy, it's cold. You can tell it's December, although that big 3.5, 4 inches fell on the last day of November. Nothing worse than having significant snow while you're on break from school. And here is Travis Muskoff down 26 with a strike. That's his first strike here in the fifth frame. Had a spare in the first, second, and third. And now here's Jace Coates for Collinsville over on 25. He has 2 strikes already in the first 4 and throws that one in the gutter. Same thing he did on that last ball on his last frame. Here is Caden Batteau on 26 for the Maroons. One of those guys who looks like he doesn't even use the holes on the ball. Grabs it with both hands, palms, and then slings it down with a little sidearm action. That's what my grandson was doing Saturday night because he has a hurt finger. He couldn't put him in the holes. So Coates tried the old 10-pin spare but left up 3. Batteau on 26. He will miss. Shane Box on 25 for the Kahoks. Got my little handy step stool here that I borrow from my school because I keep on forgetting to order one. But I ordered one today. It'll be at my house on Friday, so next week I'll have my own stool. Stop borrowing the one from school. Here is Devin Schmittling down 25. After Shane Box gets a strike over on 25, it's on 26. Devin Schmittling knocks down 6, leaves up 4. Hayden LeDrew on 25 going here for Collinsville. And it's on the way, and it looks pretty good, and it is good. That's another strike. Back-to-back strikes here for Collinsville. Schmittling on 26, trying to clean up the 4 he left behind. He'll leave up that middle pin. That 5 pin stays standing. Brody Hoganson for Collinsville on lane 25. Hoganson. And how about 3 strikes in a row for Collinsville here in the 5th? Trevor Muskoff on 26 for the Maroons does the same thing. His brother, Travis, started off the 5th frame with a strike, and now Trevor gets a strike himself. Collinsville, 3 strikes in a row. Daniel Wilde trying to make it 4 in a row for Collinsville over on 25. And here is his try. There we go. How about 4 strikes in a row in the 5th frame for Collinsville? Parker Schmidt trying to follow up his team's last strike by Trevor Muskoff, but he left up 2. That's going to be the 2 and the 8. So he has a little sleeper pin to get back there. Best to get the sleepers head on. He's going to come in from the side. He'll take care of both of them anyway. All depends on the hit. He hits the pin right in the front. It'll knock the one behind it down too, but if you hit it on the side, it'll go left or right of the pin behind it. So after 5 in the books, Collinsville leads 362 to 335. We've already started the 5th over here on the girls' side. And the Jayhawks have overtaken the lead, 322 to 294. Always a little bit late, seems like the girls are. They'll come back usually in the middle frames as well. Here's Jace Coates. He leaves up the 10 pin. And after Travis Muskoff takes care of a strike on 25 for Belleville West, Bateau trying to do the same, but he also leaves up the 10 pin. Coates trying to get a spare. And that one just barely stayed up. You heard the ooh from the guys. And here is Bateau who does the same. So each guy that left their 10 pin takes care of it, gets a spare. And for Collinsville, Shane Box now on lane 26. Comes in from the right side, and another strike. That's back-to-back strikes for Shane Box. He now has 3 strikes here in this first game. And Devin Schmittling down 25, leaves up 1 single pin. And for Collinsville, Hayden LeDrew steps up on 26. LeDrew has a strike himself. Back-to-back strikes again for Collinsville. They had 4 in a row after Jace Coates started off with a gutter ball in frame number 5, but then picked up 7. Then it was Box, LeDrew, Hoganson, and Wilde who all picked up strikes. And so far here, Box and LeDrew have done the same thing after Coates gets a spare to start off frame number 6. And here comes Hoganson. And he'll leave, but nothing. That 10 pin took a second to fall down. So Daniel Wilde once again has an opportunity for Collinsville to get their last 4 guys strikes. Trevor Muskoff left 1 pin over on 25 for Belleville West. And here comes Wilde over on 26 for the Jayhawks. It's on the way. Get in there. There you go. Back-to-back frames. The 5 and the 6th have ended up with 4 strikes in a row by Jayhawk bowlers, and for Wilde, that's a turkey. Two in a row each for Box, LeDrew, and Hoganson, so they're going for their turkeys here after the 7th frame gets underway, and that'll happen right after Parker Schmidt goes over on lane 25. This is his first throw. And he'll make it an easy one, and Belleville West will finish up with a strike. So the boys head into frame number 7. The girls are 1 bowler away from heading into frame number 6. And after 6 in the books for the boys' side, Collinsville still leads. Now 462 to 415. There's Jace Coates on 25 for the Jayhawks. He'll get the 7th frame started. Well, that one's going in the gutter as well, so that's a couple of times now that Jace Coates has done that. There is Travis Muskoff, the sophomore on 26 for Belleville West. He'll pick up a strike, so that'll hurt the head-to-head chances against Jace Coates here with a couple of gutter balls in the 5th and now the 7th to start off. Coates got 7 of them to fall in the 5th after missing with the first ball. Now he'll try to pick up that 10-pin spare. And it's on the way. And he will pick up the 10-pin spare. Caden Bateau on lane number 26 now for Belleville West. He'll bring it in there from right to left, but he'll miss the head pin. And well, all of a sudden my Wi-Fi cover just dropped off the face of the computer. And then it came back on. So We're back. I was about ready to start hitting stuff. I'll tell you what, man. This computer stuff gets on my nerves every once in a while. How about a turkey for Hayden LeDrew over on 25. So he joins teammate Daniel Wilde. See, I have the game on my phone. So every once in a while I look down just to, well, one, see how many people are watching, and two, hoping not to see a little spinny wheel in the middle of my screen, but that time I did. Looked down and saw the spinning wheel, looked on my computer and saw the little bar graph there in red. And then it went from red to a complete red X. Once you have the red X, that means you are completely knocked off. And just about when I was ready to start trying things, it came back on and reconnected. There is Parker Schmidt picking up a strike. Now he has back-to-back strikes and 4 strikes in that 7th frame for Belleville West, so that's going to help their comeback attempt. Here is Hoganson. He'll take care of a 10-pin over there and get a spare. And Wilde will be the last one up over on frame 25 here in this, or lane 25 here in this 7th frame. Things are getting a little more close. Girls are still in the middle of the 6th frame. Here is Daniel Wilde on 25. Looking for 4 strikes in a row, and he will not get that one. That one's going to be hard to pick up, man. The 7 and the 4 on the left side, the 6 and the 10 on the right side. It's a real shame that sometimes you're not ambidextrous and can throw 2 down there at once. That wouldn't be allowed anyway. That's cheating. All right, Wilde, let's see which side you want. There goes down 25. He'll try the 6 and the 10. He'll just get the 10, so that'll end frame number 7 on a bit of a sour note there for Collinsville. And Collinsville still has the lead, though, 580 to 522. So a 58-pin lead with 8, 9, and 10 left. And here is Jace Coates to get us started with frame number 8. The girls are still 1 bowler away from finishing up frame number 6. And almost a 7-10 split, but the 10-pin falls, so I'm sure that Jace Coates will take that over the alternative, and especially since 2 out of his last 3 frames he started off with a gutter ball. Here is Travis Muskoff on 25 for the Maroons. Right down the middle, and he'll take care of all of them for Turkey himself. No, actually, that's 4 in a row. Jace Coates trying for back-to-back spares. The last spare, though, was a 10-pin spare. And that one's on the mark, and he'll pick up back-to-back spares. Actually, the 6th, 7th, and 8th now for Mr. Coates. One of 2 seniors that bookend the 3 juniors. Here is Bateau, so back-to-back strikes for Belleville West to start off the 8th. Here's Shane Box trying to keep it together here for Collinsville, and he'll take a strike. And he has 3 out of his last 4 frames with the big old X on the scoreboard. Now Hayden LeDrew going for 4 in a row. Here is LeDrew's try at 4 in a row. And he's calling for it to move over. It did, but he'll still leave up that 4-pin. Devin Schmittling for Belleville West on 25. And a strike for him. So Belleville West pouring it on here. First 3 guys here in the 8th frame with strikes. LeDrew trying to go for his spare. He'll pick it up. Trevor Muskoff on 25 now for the Maroons. He'll mow down the left side, keep up the right side. Brody Hoganson on 26. Hoganson brings it. There you go. So Hoganson has picked up a strike. 3 in his last 4 frames. The only one that wasn't was a spare in the 7th. Daniel Wilde now on 26 now for Collinsville. And how about a strike there? So Collinsville finishes up nicely. Collinsville with 3 strikes and 2 spares in that frame. Belleville West had 3 strikes to start off the frame before Trevor Muskoff's spare, and now Parker Schmidt will try to pick up a spare as well on his last throw here in the 8th. Girls have just begun their 7th. And Collinsville leading 521 to 415. And Parker Schmidt takes care of his spare. So after 8 frames in the books, Collinsville up 678 to 630. A little bit closer. Belleville West creeping closer and closer almost every frame here late. 48-pin lead for Collinsville. And here is Jace Coates to lead things off in frame number 9 over on lane number 25. That ball's on the way. And that one looks pretty good, but keeps up 3 pins over on the left-hand side. Here is Travis Muskoff. Travis will pick up a strike, and for him, that is 5 in a row. So Travis is feeling it here in the later stages of this first game, scheduled for 3. Caden Bateau on 26 now for the Maroons. Oh, and he gets a strike too. At the last second there, a pin came off the wall and knocked down that 5 pin. So back-to-back strikes once again, 2nd frame in a row for Belleville West. Here is Coates trying to take care of that spare, but he only hits the 3 pin, and leaves up the 6 and the 10. Jace is having a pretty rough first game here. Devin Schmittling for Belleville West on 26. Takes care of the head pin, but leaves up a 6-9-10 combination. Hayden LeDrew on 25. Wants a little help, couldn't get it. Or excuse me, that is Shane Box. Schmittling on 26. He'll take care of his spare. Shane Box on 25 wants to do the same thing, only his is on the left side instead of the right side. He's got the 4-7-8. And on the way it is. And he'll take care of his as well. Here is Trevor Muskoff for Belleville West on 26. He'll pick up a strike. Belleville West keeps on inching closer and closer. Looking for their first head-to-head Southwestern Conference win of the year. Lost to Alton and O'Fallon. Collinsville has lost to Alton and beat Belleville East. There is LeDrew who will leave up the 6 and the 10. Parker Schmidt on 26 will leave up 1. He's the last bowler, the anchor bowler for Belleville West. LeDrew going for his spare is the number 3 bowler for Collinsville, so the Caps will still have 2 bowlers to go after Schmidt gets done. Here is LeDrew going for his spare. He'll take care of that. And Parker Schmidt going for his on 26. He'll take care of his as well. All right, so Belleville West is done with the 9th frame, and they sit at 746 points. Collinsville, 746 pins, excuse me. Collinsville sitting right now at 731, but they still have Brody Hoganson and Daniel Wilde to go. And here is Hoganson. Couldn't hit the head pin. What in the world is my phone doing? Now my phone's acting weird. Things are acting weird here in the world of technology. Here is Brody Hoganson, down 25, trying to pick up his 4-pin spare. And he will. So that'll leave it up to Daniel Wilde. Collinsville retakes the lead with 1 bowler left, but it's getting close, kids. 1 frame left, the old 10th frame. Then we'll figure things out here. Here is Wilde, and he leaves up the 10. Collinsville now going for 4 straight spares if Wilde can pull his off. Collinsville had back-to-back frames with 4 strikes in a row from their 2, 3, 4, and 5 bowlers. That was in the 5th and the 6th. So Wilde trying to end it on a good note here. Trying to pick up this spare right before we head into the 10th frame. And he will. So Collinsville heading into the 10th frame has the lead, not by much though, 771 to 746. So the Kahoks need a good 10th frame here. Travis Muskoff will get this 10th frame started over on lane 25 for Belleville West. And he will do so. I thought that was going to go in the gutter for a minute, man. I really did. He'll leave up the 1 and the 2. Here is Jace Coates, who's had a little bit of a rough first game. See if he can end it on a high note. How about that with a strike? First strike that he's had since the 4th frame. He's only had 2, 2nd frame and 4th frame. So that's a nice way to start the 10th. And he needs it because he's trailing Travis Muskoff. Muskoff looking for a spare so he can throw 1 more. And here is his try down 25. And he will miss, so he will end up with a 208. Jace Coates trying for 2 strikes in a row, and he will. How about that? Warming up here at the end. He is probably not going to catch that 208 of Muskoff, though. Here is Caden Bateau on lane 25 for Belleville West. And he'll start off with a strike. That'll be 3 in a row for him, so he's picked up a turkey. Jace Coates trying to end it with 3 strikes in a row. I'm pulling for him. Coates. There you go. How about a turkey to end? A turkey in the 10th. And he ends up with a 145. So Travis Muskoff will win that head-to-head battle. And here is Shane Box on 26 for Collinsville, who has the lead right now over Bateau. Box, how about a strike? 4 in a row for Collinsville as a team. Bateau trying for back-to-back strikes himself. And he will not. He'll leave up 2. A little small split, but forward facing. Shane Box looking to make it 5 strikes in a row here for Collinsville in the 10th. Got that curve working, but not quite enough there. Leaves up 4. Bateau, his final throw here in this first game. He'll take out the 10 pin, but he'll leave up the other. And Bateau will end up with a 154. Shane Box already has that beat with a 182. Look at him in the face right now with 1 more throw left. And here is that final throw in the first. He'll take a spare, and Shane Box will end up with a 186. So right now, Collinsville has 1 head-to-head match in the books, and Belleville West has 1 head-to-head match in the books. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26. Meanwhile, Devon Schmittling left the 10 pin up over on 25. That's the head-to-head battle here. Here is LeDrew, and he'll start off with a strike. Collinsville now with their 5th strike here in the 10th frame. Schmittling will miss that one, and that'll end his first game. And he will end with a 150. LeDrew already has that beat. He has a 177 looking at him right now, with still 2 more left to throw here. Here is LeDrew's second. And that's a strike. Six strikes now here in the 10th frame for Collinsville. And Travis Muskoff down 25, trying to pick up his 7 pin to get an extra throw. He does, so he'll have one more here in this 10th. He's going head-to-head with Brody Hoganson, who is just now ready to throw. How about 2 strikes in a row? How about 3 in the 10th? How about 3 in the 10th? So he accomplishes the same thing Jace Coates does. That is 7 strikes here in the 10th frame for Collinsville as a team, and a turkey for Hoganson, who ends up with a 197 to beat Devin Schmittling. And now Trevor Muskoff will throw his final ball here in this first game, and he'll pick up a strike. And he will end up with a 183. And before Brody Hoganson can even throw his first ball, Brody's already won this head-to-head match, and he starts off with a strike. That is 4 in a row, 8 here in the 10th frame for Collinsville. Parker Schmidt, the anchor bowler for Belleville West, all ready to go on 25. He has a lead over Daniel Wilde, and he leaves up 1 pin. And Wilde still has to wait for Hoganson to throw 2 more balls before he's up. 10th frame, something else here for Collinsville. Here is Hoganson looking for strike number 9 for Collinsville as a team, and he'll leave up a couple. Here is Parker Schmidt going for his spare. He will, and he'll have 1 more throw left. So Daniel Wilde will have his work cut out for him. First, Brody Hoganson is going to try to pick up this 310 over here on lane 26 to end his first game on a high note, and he'll miss. So Hoganson will end up with a 213, but he'll win that head-to-head match, as I mentioned. And on the last throw of the game, Parker Schmidt takes care of a strike, and Parker ends up with a 199. And Daniel Wilde has his work cut out for him. He steps up for his first throw with a 158 right now. Wilde. Oh boy, that was about to be an ugly split, but as it stands, he'll leave the 4 pin up. And even with a spare here and a strike, he is not going to catch Parker Schmidt. And he'll pick up a spare. Collinsville is going to win this first match as a team, too, because they already have 918 pins to the Maroons' 894, and we still have 1 more throw here for Wilde. Wilde going through the selection of bowling balls here. Now he's ready to go. And the final throw of game number 1 on the way. Girls have just now started their 10th, and he'll leave up the 10 pin, but he'll end up with a 186. So Wilde will lose the head-to-head battle to Parker Schmidt. So Collinsville gets 3 of the 5 head-to-head matches, and they win 927 to 894. Okay, that's what I wrote down too. Before the one disappeared on me. Yeah. Yeah. All right, so Collinsville wins that first one 8-2. They get the 5 head-to-head, and then they pick up 3, or excuse me, they get the 5 points for beating Belleville West in the teen category, and then they get the 3 extra points for the 3 of the 5 head-to-head. So Collinsville will go up 8-2. We have a commercial timeout coming your way, and we're going to come back and bring you match number 2 that's already underway here. And then I'm going to go take care of some business as well. But we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahoks Sports Network. The Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville presents the Sports Page Lounge. Come check out Collinsville's newest destination for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge features a 14-foot 9-screen video wall with games across the spectrum, from college football and basketball to the NFL, NHL, Major League Baseball, and NBA. Pair that with tastefully crafted libations from the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, and you have the perfect atmosphere for your sports viewing pleasure. The Sports Page Lounge, next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery at 115 Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 618-855-8027 for more information. The Sports Page Lounge, a new experience for sports lovers in Collinsville.
It's probably the largest purchase you'll ever make. We have 5 agents on our team.
We cover about an hour radius around St. Louis.
We grew up here. We know every town like the back of our hands.
Our job as realtors is helping someone find their dream home, whether it's a family or an individual. We just want to do everything that we can to keep the process as simple and as stress-free as possible for you.
The Blaylock Group, the official realtors of the Kahoks Sports Network and Kahawk Athletics. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site, right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com. Todd Duke here, proud member of the Collinsville Educational Assistants Association. Whether you call us teachers' aides, paraprofessionals, or educational assistants, it all comes down to one thing: taking care of students. More importantly, your student. Yes, we are there for the teachers, and we help them in any way possible. But our goals are in line with our teachers, in that we want to see our students succeed at not only being a student, but well beyond that as we ready them for the world outside of the classroom. We are Union Strong. We are Kahawk Strong. We strive to help students reach their potential. We are the Collinsville Educational Assistants Association. Go Kahawks! Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem.
Once again, we welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl. My name is Todd Duke. Glad that you are with us here on a snowy and cold Monday. Just flurries, no big accumulation expected, so nothing to worry about there. But boy, oh boy, it's cold. It is December, I know, but I don't like it at all. I'm not a big cold weather fan. Most of you that know me know that already. All right, boys won 8-2 in their first go-around. The JV boys won 738 to 647. The girls varsity team still a couple of bowlers away from finishing up their first game of the three-game match, and we will fill you in on that after I go take care of some business. So for right now, enjoy the sights and sounds of Camelot Bowl, everyone. All right. Todd Duke back here with you. Game number 2 of 3 already underway, and the boys are entering the third frame. Right now, Collinsville has a 10-pin lead, 151 to 141. Collinsville had 4 straight strikes in the first frame after Jace Coates had a spare. And then in the second frame, Jace Coates hit 9 and then missed on the remaining pin. And then the next 4 bowlers had 4 straight spares. So that's how everything gets going here for Collinsville. Belleville West, by the way, had 3 strikes and 2 spares in the first frame. And then they had 3 spares sandwiched in between 2 open frames by the first bowler, Travis Muskoff, and the last bowler, Parker Schmidt. So Collinsville with a 10-pin lead to going into the third. Girls, they won. Layla Jaoko with a 210, and Brody, I can't read that, man. Todd Campbell's writing. Hadrison, looks like, with a 213. So Collinsville doing all right. The boys JV team won. The girls, they don't have enough. So they only had 8 girls this year. So 5 on the varsity side and only 3 on the JV side, which means that the JV side has to forfeit their games. So that's how the girls are going to pan out here. And I was talking to Coach Hay while I was setting up all the equipment, and he's kind of shocked at the lack of girls that are going out for bowling this year for Collinsville. So hopefully that'll change here in the near future. But right now, we're focused on the boys. Monday, we'll be right back here to focus on the girls. We got the girls and the boys next week. Girls on Monday, boys on Wednesday. So, as we are in the middle of this third frame here for Collinsville, let me get back up on my little perch. Tell you all about it. All right. One change for Belleville West. Colin Conan is now the middle bowler. He'll be taking the place of Devin Schmitling. And I believe that was Conan who just went on 25. And it was. He ended up with a strike, so spare strike for the new kid in town, Trevor Conan. And here for Collinsville. Collinsville didn't make any changes, so that was Hayden LeDrew down 26. Here's Trevor Muskoff on 25. Conan, by the way, is a sophomore, so one sophomore taking another sophomore's place. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26. Or excuse me, this is Brody Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville. He'll pick up a strike. His second. First frame strike, second frame spare, third frame strike, and now Parker Schmidt leaves himself a bit of a mess down there. He's got the 3, 6, and the 10 on the right side, plus the 7 tucked back there in that left corner. Girls just now completing frame number 1 of their second game. And here is Daniel Wilde on 26 now for Collinsville. And he will pick up a strike as well. So he has the same thing as Hoganson. Strike, spare, strike. Collinsville is finished with the third frame, and so is Belleville West after Parker Schmidt can only take care of the 3, 6, and the 10, left the 7 standing. And after 3 in the books here in game number 2, Collinsville is up 224 to 209. Girls always have a little bit more fun with their little singing and their little chants than the boys do. How about Jace Coates starting off with a strike? His first strike here in this second game. Here is Travis Muskoff, who leaves up a couple on 26. Missed the head pin, came sweeping in from right to left, but went behind the lead pin. Here is Shane Box over on 25 for the Kahoks. And Box will leave up a couple as well. He had a strike and a spare to start off his first 3 frames. Collinsville ended up with 8 strikes in that 10th frame. Travis Muskoff trying to pick up the spare. And he will. Shane Box now trying to do the same thing over on 25 for Collinsville. And he will. So back-to-back spares by both Collinsville and Belleville West. Here is Caden Bateau on 26 now for the Maroons. He'll mow down the left side, keep up the right side. Meanwhile, Hayden LeDrew on 25 for the Kahoks. He lets his go. And he'll pick up a strike. 2 strikes for him here in this second game. Bateau on 26, looking to pick up the 3, 6, and the 10 that he's left for himself. And he will do that. Brody Hoganson on 25 now for Collinsville. Collinsville looking for back-to-back strikes as a team here, and they will get it. 3 strikes here in this frame. Coates started off with a strike. Shane Box with a spare, and now LeDrew and Hoganson each with a strike. Here is Colin Cohen for Belleville West on 26. And he will pick up a strike. That's back-to-back strikes for Cohen. And now Daniel Wilde on 25 for the Kahoks, trying to keep the strike machine alive. And he'll leave up the 10. Those are the breaks sometimes. Here's Trevor Muskoff on 26 now for Belleville West. Young lady in the wheelchair just picked up a spare, and boy, those pins took their time falling down. One hit one, then the one hit the one, and then the one hit the other one, and then all of them went down. All right, so each player now, here is Wilde on 25 trying to pick up his 10 pin. He will. And now Trevor Muskoff trying to do the same over here on 26. So Collinsville with 3 strikes and 2 spares in that 4th frame. Muskoff picks his up. Parker Schmidt will end the 4th frame for the boys here. Schmidt lets it fly down 26, and he will pick up a strike to end the 4th frame. And after 4 complete in the books, Collinsville up 302 pins to 289 for Belleville West. 5th frame. Getting started here. Jace Coates will get us going over here on 26. It's always cold in this place. I don't think I've ever been here when it's not been cold. Of course, it's cold outside. Here is Coates. How about a strike for Coates? Back-to-back for the K-Hawk senior Jace Coates. Here is Travis Muskoff on 25 trying to keep pace. He'll, though, leave up the 6 and the 10. Shane Box. 3 straight spares after he started off with a strike in the 1st frame. See if he can get back to that here in this 5th frame. And he will. Back-to-back team strikes for Collinsville. Here is Travis Muskoff going for a spare and throws up his hands, but he gets it anyway. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 26, trying to keep the strike fest going over here for Collinsville in this 5th frame. Here's his try. And he'll pick up a strike. How about 3 in a row for the K-Hawk bowlers? Coates, Box, and LeDrew. Here is Caden Bateau on 25, and he'll leave up. Looks like almost the same 2 pins that Muskoff left up. Brody Hoganson trying to make it 4 in a row for Collinsville here in the 5th. And he will leave up the 5 pin. It wobbles, but it won't fall. That's a good hit. 5 pin remains standing, though. Here is Bateau trying to go for his spare pickup, and he will. He had 2 pins to get down. Hoganson only has the 1, and that try is on the way. And a curve in there. He'll take care of that spare. Went for a turkey there, almost got one, but that 5 pin ruined his chances. Here is Colin Conan on 25. He'll leave himself a sleeper. 2 and the 8 pin remain. Meanwhile, Daniel Wilde has 2 strikes and 2 spares, alternating each other. And he'll try to have back-to-back spares here after knocking down 8. Leaves up the 6 and the 10. Conan on 25, looking for that sleeper spare pickup. And he'll get it. Willie looking for a spare to end the 5th for the K-Hawks. He'll pick that up. Trevor Muskoff over on 25 for Belleville West. Never did break early enough for him. Leaves up the 1 and the 2. Girls are halfway through frame number 3 in their second game. Muskoff will pick up his spare, and that'll bring us to Parker Schmidt to end frame number 5. Parker Schmidt waits for his JV counterpart on 24 to go, and now that's done. Schmidt lets it fly down 25. And he'll leave up the 10. Same thing that Layla Jalko left over here on 27 for the Lady K-Hawks. Here is Parker Schmidt trying to get his 10 pin to send us to the 6th, and he will. The white ball knocks down the white pin after 5 in the books. Collinsville leading 409 to 391. This is a much closer game than the first one. So we'll see what the 6th frame has in store for Collinsville. Here is Jace Coates over on 25, ready to go. Coates starts us off with a strike. 10 pin was the last one to go down. Travis Muskoff trying to keep up, and he will leave up 3. That, by the way, was a turkey for Jace Coates. Coates had a rough first game. Shot a 145. He's already at 96 here through 6 frames in this second matchup. Here is Shane Box on 25 for Collinsville, and that pin just would not slide over and take care of that 10 pin. Right in front of it. Muskoff has the 3, 6, and the 10 over here on lane 26. And they'll just take care of the 3. Shane Box going for the 10 pin over here on 25. Ahead of Caden Bateau going on 26. And here is the try by Box. He's got it. And now the junior maroon, Caden Bateau on 26. Bateau swings it in from right to left, takes care of all of them. Hayden LeDrew now on 25 for Collinsville. LeDrew. He'll pick up a strike. So Collinsville gets 2 strikes out of their first 3 bowlers. Here is Colin Conan. Came in for Devin Schmittling after that first game. Conan will get a strike. That is his 3rd strike here in this second game. Brody Hoganson now on 25 for the K-Hawks. Ooh, well, left up 1. Trevor Muskoff now on 26. Going head-to-head with Hoganson. And he'll make them all fall down. His 3rd strike here in this second game. Hoganson trying to pick up his spare ahead of the 2 anchor bowlers for each team. Parker Schmidt getting ready to go on 26. After Hoganson delivers a spare. Now Schmidt will get his turn. Schmidt leaves up one. Daniel Wilde going head-to-head with Schmidt. Schmidt got the better of him. 199 to 186 in that first game. And how about a strike for Wilde? Schmidt going for his one-pin spare, and he'll get it, and that'll end frame number 6. And after 6 in the books, Collinsville ahead, 528 to 485. Kahoks got a little bit more separation there. Open frames, one of them by Belleville West hurt. Collinsville had 3 strikes and 2 spares in that frame. Belleville West had 3 strikes and a spare, but that open frame by Travis Muskoff hurt. Here's Jace Coates on 26 now for Collinsville to begin the 7th. Yeah, and he'll leave up the 6 and the 10 pin. Travis Muskoff on 25. Travis beat Jace Coates in that head-to-head matchup in that first one, but Jace is looking a little better here in this second game as he goes for this spare. Muskoff left the 10. Right now, Coates has a 20-pin lead over Travis Muskoff. And he'll pick up that spare and almost step on the little beam between the lanes in the process. Muskoff going for 10, a 10-pin on 25. And he will pick it up. Shane Box now on 26 for Collinsville. And he mows him down the middle, but leaves 2 up on each side. Caden Bateau on 25 now for Belleville West. He'll leave up the 10 pin. 10 pin doesn't want to go down over there on 25. I don't know what Shane Box is going to try to do here, but that's the 7 and the 4 and the 3 and the 6. Looks like he's going for the 3 and the 6. He'll take care of that one. 1 pin went right behind that 7 pin, man. Almost could have pulled that one off. And Bateau will take care of his 10. Bateau. Hayden LeDrew on 26 now for Collinsville. And he'll leave the 10 pin up. Colin Conan on 25 for Belleville West. Kind of slow moving ball there, and I know he wanted it to break from right to left, but it never did break all the way, and he'll leave up the 1, 2, and the 4 pin. Brody Hoganson. Or excuse me, Hayden LeDrew trying to pick up his 10 pin over here on 26. Brody Hoganson's next. Ooh, and he misses it, just barely. Conan on 25. He'll take care of his spare. Now Brody Hoganson on 26. Well, I'll leave up the 7 this time. Trevor Muskoff on 25 will take them all down. So Hoganson will have one more throw before the 2 anchor bowlers for each team will take their turns, and he'll pick up his spare Will Hoganson. Now Parker Schmidt over on 25 for Belleville West. He'll take all of his down as well, so 7 frame over for Belleville West. Daniel Wilde trying to keep pace. Right now, Wilde has a 4-pin lead over Muskoff before he even throws this ball. And Wilde will leave him a little bit of a split there. Looks like the 4 and the 7 and the 5? 9, 4, 7, 9. Depth perception, you know. I'm all the way back here with my eyes. I know there's 3 left. We'll see what Daniel Wilde can do with this. It can be done. Hit that 4-pin on the left-hand side. Should take care of the 7 and knock that 4 over into the 9. And that's exactly what he's trying to do, but he's only going to get the 7-pin. So, 7 frames in the books. Collinsville up 632 to 575. 3 frames left here in this second game. Girls are just finishing up their 4th frame. Here's Jace Coates on 25 to get frame number 8 going. And he'll start it off in fine fashion with a strike. 4 strikes out of his last 5 frames for Jace Coates. Here is Travis Muskoff. Muskoff will leave himself a bit of a split. He's got the 3, 6, and the 10 on one side, and that lonely 7-pin sitting on the other side. Nope, that's the 4-pin. Never mind. Shane Box on 25. He'll leave up the 3, 6, and 10. Muskoff, a little mess to clean up. See if he can do it. Oh, it's a nice try, man. Just needed to hit that 3-pin a little bit farther on the right-hand side for it to kick over into that 7. Here is Shane Box. He'll pick up his spare. Caden Bateau on 26 now for Belleville West. He'll have a strike. 2 out of his last 3 have been strikes. He only has 1 open frame. Everything's been spares up until he got that strike in the 6th and this one here in the 8th. Meanwhile, Drew picks up another strike. He now has 5 in this second game. Here is Colin Cohen, excuse me. And that one traveled all the way to the left-hand side. It leaves up the 1, 2, 3, and the 5-pin. Brody Hoganson on 25 now for Collinsville. How about a strike for him as well? So 3 strikes here in this 8th frame for Collinsville out of the 4 bowlers. Conan down 26. He'll take care of that spare. And now here is Daniel Wilde trying to give Collinsville 4 strikes here in this 8th frame. 4 strikes in the spare if he can do it. Here it goes. Oh, we'll left up the 10. 10-pin likes to hang out over on lane 25. Trevor Muskoff down 26. He's ready to go. And he'll almost get a strike there after hitting that head pin on the left-hand side. Wilde trying to pick up that 10-pin spare to end Collinsville's 8th frame. And he will. And now Trevor Muskoff waiting for Layla Jaoko over here on 27, who picks up a strike for the Lady Kahoks. How about that? We'll see them next Monday. Muskoff picks up his spare, and now it is up to Parker Schmidt to end the 8th frame here for Collinsville, or excuse me, for Belleville West. Schmidt lets it fly. And a strike will end the 8th frame for both teams. And Collinsville, after 8 frames in the books, leads by 27 pins, 702 to 675. Lady Kahoks over here going off. That is, I believe, 5 strikes. Yep, 5 strikes as a team there in that 5th frame for Collinsville. How about that? Here is Jace Coates for the Kahoks on 26 as we shift back over to the boys. And how about another strike? Collinsville striking all over the place right now. Muskoff on 25 for Belleville West does the same. Shane Box will leave up one standing there. The dreaded 5-pin. The missus always says if you throw a ball down there and the only thing left is the 5-pin, that was a really good ball. Here is Caden Bateau on 25, and he'll leave up the 3, 6, and 10. Not the first time I've called out those three numbers. Here is Shane Box picking up his 5, and it goes off to the left at the last second. And he misses it. Still gets a high 5 from Sean Hay. Bateau on 25, trying to pick up his spare. And he will miss the lead pin. That would be the 3. Got the 6 and the 10 to fall. Meanwhile, Hayden LeDrew ready to let it fly on 26. And he'll hit too much of that head pin straight on, and he'll leave up the right side. Conan down 25 for Belleville. West will pick up a strike, while LeDrew tries to pick up a spare over here on 26. And he will. Nicely done there by the Kahawk junior. Trevor Muskoff on 25, ready to go now. He'll leave up the 6 and the 10. Marody Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville. Sweeps it over there, and he'll take care of all of them. Got that last pin to fall ever so slowly, but it did fall. That's back-to-back strikes for Hoganson. Here is Trevor Muskoff trying to pick up his spare on 25. He'll miss. That leaves us the anchor bowlers. Here is Daniel Wilde on 26 for the Kahawks. Wilde sweeps that one in there, picks up a strike. So the 9th frame comes to a close for Collinsville. Parker Schmidt trying to do the same over here on 25 for the Maroons. He will not. He will leave up the 4 and the 7. The ladies are into their second bowler of the 6th frame here while we get ready to head to the 10th on the boys' side. Here is Parker Schmidt, who will send us there after he picks up his spare, and after 9 frames in the books, Collinsville still ahead, 800 to 767. Important 10th frame coming up. Jace Coates has a lead over Travis Muskoff right now, and he's looking to keep it that way. But Travis is going to go first. Travis over here on 26. Lets it fly. Strike. Coates trying to keep pace on 25. He lets his fly. And he can't get that pin to slide over there and take care of that 4 pin, so he'll have to go for a spare. Came into this 10th frame with a lead over Muskoff. And still has it right now. Coates is going to get to go first. Looking to extend it to get himself one more throw here. Here's the try after that 4 pin. He'll sweep on over and get it. Muskoff, he'll go on 26 looking for a second strike here in the 10th. That goes the other direction, though. He'll leave the head pin up, plus he'll have the 3 and the 9 sleeper to deal with, as well as the 10 back there in the corner. Jace Coates, his final throw here in this second game. It's on the way. And he'll leave 4 up. Coates will end up with a 199. Big improvement over his 145 of the first game. Here is Travis Muskoff. And Muskoff will take care of that spare. Nicely done there, young man. He'll end up, though, with a 162 after a 208 in his first match, so Coates will win that head-to-head matchup after he lost to Muskoff in the first. Here is Caden Bateau on 26 now for Belleville West. He'll take a strike and have 2 more to go. Shane Box, who beat Bateau in that first game, down 25 it goes. And he'll have a mess to clean up unless that one spinning pin can knock it over, and it won't. And this was a very close game. This head-to-head matchup was only a 3-pin difference. So that spinning pin that wouldn't take care of that 6-pack to haunt Shane Box. Here is Bateau down 26, and he'll leave up 3 this time. Right now, Box has got his work cut out for him. Here's his throw down 25. He'll take care of the 2 on the left, but can't get that 6-pin to fall. And Shane Box will end up with a 158 off of his 186 in the first match, first game. Bateau has already won the head-to-head match here, and he'll leave up a pin, but it won't matter anyway. He'll end up with a 162 and win that head-to-head match. So Muskoff and Bateau with a 162. Here is LeDrew on lane 25, who will leave up the 10-pin. He's battling against Colin Conan, who came in to take the place of Devin Schmitling after that first game. And Conan will hit a little too much head pin. He'll leave 2 up. But right now, Conan has a lead over LeDrew. Here is LeDrew's second throw. He'll take care of his spare and have 1 more. Now Conan trying to do the same on 26, and he'll miss. Ooh, boy, barely. So Conan will end up with a 189. And LeDrew right now sitting at a 175. He still has 1 more throw. Meanwhile, before LeDrew throws, Trevor Muskoff will throw his first one down 26. And he'll pick up a strike. Here is LeDrew on 25 with his last throw. And that one's going to sweep, but late. And that one almost, that was hugging that gutter line, man. And LeDrew will end up with a 180. So Conan will win that head-to-head matchup. So 2 of the first 3 head-to-head matchups belong to Belleville West. And Trevor Muskoff has already started himself off with a strike here in the 10th for the Maroons. And the second one will leave 2 up. He's going up against Brody Hoganson, and Muskoff has already thrown twice. Hoganson, this is his first try. Hoganson back-to-back strikes in the 8th and the 9th, so he's looking for a turkey. And a good start to the 10th. And he'll leave up the 10-pin. 10-pin likes to stand up over there on 25. Muskoff, his last throw here in game number 2. He'll pick himself up a spare. And he will end up with a 193. 10 pins better than his 183 to his first game. And Hoganson, already with a 204, will end up with that 204 after throwing one in the gutter, so he'll hold on to win that head-to-head matchup. So right now, we're down to the final bowlers. Here is Parker Schmidt on 26. He'll leave a sleeper. 3 in the 9-pin stand up. Daniel Wilde over on 25. And another tight head-to-head matchup here. Schmidt won the first one, 199 to 186. And a strike will help Wilde close that gap a little bit. And Schmidt throws it down 26. He'll get the one, but not the other. And Parker Schmidt will end up with a 169, 30 pins off of his 199 of the first game. Wilde has already bettered that with a 174. And Collinsville is going to win this second match as well. They're already ahead in total pins. And Wilde has 2 more throws left. And he'll leave up 1 there. Belleville West. 19 less pins in this second game than they knocked down in the first one. Collinsville is already ahead of their 927. They sit right now at 933 with one more throw left here for Wilde. And the only thing he can do is get the one. And here is his try. He'll take care of it, and Wilde will end up with a 193 to take that head-to-head match, and Collinsville wins that one 934 to 875, and the Kahoks will extend their lead. Collinsville got 3 of the 5, and they win that second battle as well. And we will head to commercial break and come back and update the score for you on the scoreboard, and we'll do that here in just a moment on the Kahoks Sports Network.
Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience, choose Lakeside.
First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville and Collinsville locations, and now in Marissa, St. Laborie, and New Athens for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs with super low closing costs and low construction loan rates. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. Plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from: Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Got vinyl? Rich's Record Emporium in Uptown Collinsville can take care of all of your vinyl needs and more. You can peruse through thousands of records, from country to hard-to-find jazz, and classic rock is always in stock at Rich's Record Emporium. Used vinyl, new vinyl, and hard-to-find vinyl. Don't forget to check out the audio room at Rich's, where you can check out the latest in audio gear, from new top-of-the-line speakers to turntables and receivers, plus all of the accessories. Rich's has t-shirts, record cleaners, turntable needles, wall art, and so much more. If you can't find what you're looking for at Rich's, they will do their best to find it for you. Don't forget to mention seeing this ad on the Kahoks Sports Network for a 10% discount at checkout. Rich's Record Emporium, 131 West Main Street in Collinsville, or call 618-795-1333 or online at richesrecordemporium.com. collinsvillecatholicschool.com.
The Collinsville Area Community Foundation is our community's charitable foundation. We connect people, support programs, and guide resources to help our community thrive. Our board is made up of local leaders that donate their time and expertise to identify opportunities for long-term community impact in and around Collinsville. Find out more about scholarships, grants, and ways to give back to the city we love by visiting collinsvillefoundation.com.
All right, welcome you back here to Camelot Bowl, and Coach Sean Hayes strikes again. Coach gave me the starting lineup, but apparently Jace Coates is not first, Shane Box is first, and Jace Coates is second. This is just pointed out to me right before I'm ready to start game number 3, so thanks for that, Coach Hay. Anyway, the results remain the same, though. Collinsville is now up 16-4 as we begin this third game here, and Collinsville starts off the third game with 5 straight strikes in the first frame. So how about that? The girls did it just a little while ago in frame number 5 of the second game, which, by the way, they are just now starting the 9th over on the girls' side, and Collinsville is up 6:43 to 5:56 with 9 and 10 left to go. But the boys, they are up 16-4, and even if they lost all 5 head-to-head matches and the team match, that's 10 points. That would only give Belleville West 14, so Collinsville is going to win this match here tonight against Belleville West. So that's where we stand right now. Yours truly has got to go take care of some business, and I'll be back here in just a moment. All right. See, what happens is, what happened is that I ate my lunch at noon at school, and then I come out here, and of course I'm not hungry, and then I stand here talking for 2 hours straight. That makes you thirsty, so I'm over here drinking my cold, refreshing Mountain Dew, and, well, it's the dinner hour, and I need food in my stomach, and I don't have anything to soak up that Mountain Dew, so I guess what that causes. You guessed it. All right, we are starting the third frame here in this last game of this match, and Collinsville right now leads 153 to 110. Collinsville with 5 straight strikes to start off that first frame with, so Belleville West has got some catching up to do. Girls are just now starting their 10th frame, and the ladies are up 637 to 627. So it's looking like the varsity teams are going to pull off the sweep here today against Belleville West. And now that I have my names right, I just went up to Eli and I said, "Your dad did it to me again." He's like, "What's that?" I showed him my little list here. He's like, "Yeah, he sure did." So we blame Sean Hay for that, because I don't know all of these kids by what they look like. So I wouldn't know. I mean, obviously, Wildy and Coates are seniors, so I've seen them before, but, you know, we're talking all the way back last January was the last time I saw them, so it's been a while. And, you know, all the sports I do and all the kids I see, I can't keep them all straight, man. I'm sorry. So I apologize to the friends and family of both Jace Coates and Shane Box. Not done intentionally, but my apologies anyway. So here we are in the third frame, and Devin Schmittling for Belleville West is back in, but he is not in his number 3 hole that he was in when he started in game number 1. He is taken over now for Travis Muskoff in the number 1 spot, so it'll be Devin Schmittling, and then Caden Bateau, and then Colin Conan stays in there in the number 3 spot for Dale Strom and his Belleville West Maroons, and then, of course, the final 2 are going to remain the same, Trevor Muskoff and Parker Schmidt. Collinsville has made no changes that I'm aware of. So they'll go with the same 5 that got him here. Just not in the same order in which they were in here. So here is Hayden LeDrew on 25 now for Collinsville, striking a spare in his first 2 frames, and he'll sandwich that spare in between a couple of strikes with a strike here in the third frame. Here is Colin Conan, who beat LeDrew in that last head-to-head matchup, 189 to 180. And Conan with a split. That 10-pin moved a little bit, but would not go down. And now Brody Hoganson on 25 leaves up the 6 and the 10. Final game on the boys' side as they are midway through frame number 3, and the girls are midway through frame number 10. So the girls are about 4 frames behind the boys. That's all right. They'll finish up while we're going through the post-game coverage. That way, when I go home and type up my story, I can include all of it. Still waiting for Todd Campbell to let me know what happened over here with the JV boys, as they're just 2 bowlers in to their first frame of their final game of the night. Trevor Muskoff on 26 will leave up the 6 and the 10. Almost had that 7 stay up as well. Muskoff going for that spare, will get it. Meanwhile, Daniel Wilde on 25 leaves up the 10 pin, and he's going to go for that one right now. Parker Schmidt down 26, leaves up the 6 pin. Here is Wilde going for that 10 pin. He'll take care of it. And now Schmidt, see if they had their names on the backs of their shirts like Belleville West does, I wouldn't have had that problem. I would have noticed right off the bat. Not the case here for Collinsville. 3 frames in the books here in this final match, final game. 221 for Collinsville, 190 for Belleville West. Girls won their first matchup, 849 to 682. So they had 9.5 points to Belleville West's half a point. And after 8 pins for Devin Schmittling, Shane Box down 26 for Collinsville. Or excuse me, that is Jace Coates. Box already went, and he got a strike. Schmittling on 25 will take care of his spare. See, now I'm confused. All right, Jace Coates now on 26. Right now I just got arrows going, so I'm going to have to just scratch out these names and put them in there the right way. All right. Now I'm good. Hayden LeDrew leaves up the 6 and the 10. Here is Conan on 25. He'll pick up a strike. The ladies are down to their anchor bowlers in their second game. As LeDrew picks up his spare, here's Trevor Muskoff on 25. He'll pick up a strike, so back-to-back strikes. Actually, back-to-back strikes. Schmittling, Bateau, Bateau, Conan, and Muskoff. The ladies are down to their final throws on both sides. Here is Hoganson on 26, who will pick up a strike for Collinsville. $863 to $716 for the girls, so they'll win back-to-back team games, excuse me. And we are starting the 5th frame on the boys' side. Collinsville now up 318 to 268. And here is Shane Box on lane 25. JV boys. Ooh, 749 to 744. Kellen Stevens, I think that's her last name, 234 in that second game. She's the anchor bowler for the ladies. That's a lofty score there. Here is Schmittling missing that spare opportunity on 26. Collinsville won that second one. The girls did 9-1 in the head-to-head matches. Or that was the total score after winning the team and the head-to-head. So head-to-head 4-1. Caden Bateau on 26 for Belleville West. Will leave himself a split. Meanwhile, Jace Coates got a 6 and then a 3 on lane 25 here in this 5th frame. Here is Hayden LeDrew on 25. He'll leave up the 3, 6, and the 10. 3, 6, and the 10 is another one of those combinations that stays up a lot here. Bateau on 26 has a mess to deal with. He'll take out the 2 of the 3 on the right side and end up with only 7 down here in this 5th frame. LeDrew on 25 now for Collinsville. He'll leave up the 10 pin. Colin Conan on 26 for Belleville West. He'll leave himself a split as well. Lane 26 not being very kind over here to the Maroons. Here is Brody Hoganson. And he will knock them all down. 204 led his team. 213 in the first game, so Hoganson has the game highs in the first 2 games here tonight for Collinsville. And he'll give way now to Daniel Wilde trying to get back-to-back strikes. That were back-to-back strikes for Hoganson. Now Wilde trying to do the same, and he will. Here is Trevor Muskoff on 26. And he'll leave up 3, but not the 3, 6, and the 10. At least he didn't leave a split. Conan and Bateau did. Here is Muskoff going for his spare, and he'll take care of it. Collinsville is already done here in the 5th, and now Parker Schmidt, the anchor bowler here for Belleville West. Ladies are just now, they're 2 bowlers in to their first frame, while we are just about ready to finish up the 5th over here on the boys' side. Here is Parker Schmidt. Schmidt swings that one from right to left, but missed the head pin, so leaves up the 1, 2, and the 4. It's Rent using my table. Got some Nerd gummy clusters over here on my table, so I charge rent for one. Here's Parker Schmidt. He'll pick up his spare. So, 5th frame is over. Collinsville up 409 to 354 as we are halfway through this second game, or third game, excuse me. Schmidt laying down 25 gets us going here in frame number 6, and he'll leave up 1. Thought he was going to have sleeper there for a minute, but the 8 pin fell, 2 pin left. Here is Shane Box for Collinsville on 26. He'll leave up the 3, 6, and the 10. Common theme here tonight. If you're not leaving up the 10 pin, you're leaving up the 3, 6, and 10. Schmitling trying to take care of that 2 pin. He'll miss it, goes right behind it. Box on 26. He'll take care of his spare. Chiropractic Works post-game show coming up after the conclusion of this boys matchup. There is Bateau, who leaves up the 10. I told you, there's that theme, especially on lane 25. Here we are on lane 26, and this is Jace Coates who will knock them all down. Coates, his second strike. The team had 5 straight strikes to open up this third game. And for Coates, that's his second. And a miss over there by Bateau on his 10 pin. That brings us up to Hayden LeDrew over here on 26. And LeDrew will pick up a strike. So back-to-back strikes by Coates and LeDrew. Conan down 25 now for Belleville West. He'll knock them all down. We got strikes going everywhere. Here is Brody Hoganson going for a turkey. He and Wilde are both going for turkeys here in the 6th. And he will get a turkey. Wilde going to try to match here after Trevor Muskoff goes down 25. Muskoff with a strike. Now Wilde going for his turkey. He already has 3 strikes in this third matchup, third game. Spared in the 2nd and the 3rd. And he will pick up a turkey. So back-to-back turkeys by Hoganson and Wilde. Here is Parker Schmidt down 25, and he'll leave up 1. So one more throw will finish up the 6th frame here for us. Schmidt, he's ready to go. JV boys are into frame number 3 of their 3rd and final game of the night. After 6 in the books, Collinsville still remains in the lead now, 5-16 to 421 over Belleville West. Here is Shane Box on 25 now for Collinsville. And how about a strike to start off with? That's the 3rd out of the last 4, and 5 total in these 7 frames played so far here in this 3rd and final game. Schmittling leaves up 1 over here on 26. So Jace Coates trying for back-to-back strikes himself here. Not only for himself, but give his team back-to-back strikes here in the 7th. Oh, he'll leave up 1. Schmittling will go for his 1 lone pin, down 26. That one's good. And now Coates will try the same over on 25. That try is on the way, and that one is successful as well. Now Caden Bateau on 26 for the Maroons. Slides it on in there for a strike. Hayden LeDrew looking for back-to-back strikes as well. Down 25 it goes. And he will pick up back-to-back strikes. That's his 4th strike here in this 3rd game. Here's Conan down 26 for Belleville West. He'll leave a small split down there, 7-4 in the 5, or excuse me, 7-4 in the 9. And here is a Brody Hoganson. Hoganson looking for 4 strikes in a row. Hoganson down 25 it goes. And 4 in a row. Wilde, his chance for 4 in a row coming up next. Nice try there by Conan. Almost got that 4 pin to slide over and hit that 9 pin. Wilde on 25. Collinsville looking for 3 straight strikes in a row here in the 7th frame. Wilde looking for his 4th in a row, trying to keep pace with his teammate Brody Hoganson. Here's the try by Wilde. And that one is a strike. So 4 in a row each for Hoganson and Wilde. And for Collinsville, they got 3 straight strikes here to end this 7th. And Shane Box had a strike to start it. Jace Coates had the spare right afterwards, and then 3 straight strikes followed. Here is Parker Schmidt. Schmidt down 26, got that 7 pin to wobble, but it wouldn't fall. Technical difficulties over here on 27 for the girls. And now the 7-6 and the 10 pin remain for Parker Schmidt. He'll take out the 6 and the 10, 7 remains. And we head to the 8th frame. Collinsville well out in front now, 636 to 495. They just shut off lane 27, so the girls are going to take a little longer. Hate that, man. That interrupts your flow. Here's Shane Box on 26 now for the K-Hawks. Down it goes. And how about a strike again for Shane Box? He starts off the 8th that way. Back-to-back strikes for him in the 7th and the 8th. Did the same thing in the 4th and the 5th. Schmittling down 25, leaves 2 standing. Here is Jace Coates now for Collinsville on 26. Looking for back-to-back team strikes here. And he'll leave up 2. At least the other one fell down. Doesn't have to worry about a split. Girls finally get back to work over here on 27. Schmittling on 25 will take care of his spare. And now Jace Coates looking to do the same. Only the computer says that he has a split. Says that he has 7. So they're going to wait to change that on the computer. Give him his 8. Now it's ready to go. Meanwhile, Caden Pateau on 25 for Belleville West. He'll pick up a strike. Coach trying to pick up his spare. Here is that try. And that is a successful try. Colin Conan on 25 for the Maroons. That slow moving ball will leave up 2. Here's Hayden LeDrew going for a turkey. Oh, a little split action going on there. He leaves up the 3 and the 10. My feet are cold. Standing on this stool, of course, so I'm elevated. The air runs underneath and over the top as Conan picks up his spare. I'm just always cold. Feet have been cold all day. These classrooms, man, I tell you what. Ooh, that was a nice pickup over there by LeDrew. Bounced it off the right side of the 3, and that sent the ball over and hit that 10. Here's Trevor Muskoff on 25. He'll pick up a strike. And for Muskoff, that's a turkey. Going for 5 in a row, here is Brody Hoganson. Hoganson on 26 for Collinsville. Swing it in there. There you go, 5 in a row for the junior Brody Hoganson. Here is Parker Schmidt down 25 for Belleville West. He'll pick up a strike as we zoom right along over here on the boys' side. Now Daniel Wilde also looking for 5 in a row. Hoganson, 6 strikes, spared in the 2nd and the 3rd. So did Wilde. These two are almost mirroring each other here. Wilde, his turn for 5 in a row right now. There it goes. 2 of them with 5 in a row here. So, 8 frames in the book. Collinsville up 762 to 583. Shane Box to get us going here in frame number 9 for Collinsville on 25. He's looking for a turkey, and ooh, he'll leave up the 10 pin. Schmittling will pick up a strike. So Box will pick up his spare. Here is Caden Bateau on 26, and he will leave up 1. Jace Coates now for Collinsville on 25. 2 spares in a row after a strike in the 6th. Here is Coates. He'll pick up a strike. Bateau on 26, looking to pick up his spare. And he will miss off to the left. Went into the gutter, actually, before he got to the pin. Here's Hayden LeDrew for Collinsville on lane number 25. Spared his last time up after back-to-back strikes, and now he'll pick up another strike. That's back-to-back team strikes by Coates and LeDrew. And now Hoganson and Wilde due up next for Collinsville, trying to make it 6 in a row. Another strike coming up here for Colin Conan. Conan with a turkey. Here is Brody Hoganson. Looking for 6 in a row. And it's on the way down 25. Oh, not this time. Leaves up that 4 and that 7. Here's Trevor Muskoff on 26 for Belleville West. He'll pick up a strike. And he now has 4 in a row. So Belleville West kind of pouring it on here in these last couple of frames. Hoganson going for that spare, and he'll whip that 3-4 pin right around the 7 pin. So his 5 strikes in a row come to a close, and he does it with an open frame. Parker Schmidt on 26 for Belleville West. He'll leave up. Oh, no, he won't leave up the 5 pin. A little spinner over there came in. Here is Daniel Wilde going for his 6th strike in a row on 25. It's on its way. And he'll leave up almost the same exact thing that Hoganson did. So the 4th frame through the 8th frame, both Hoganson and Wilde, 5 straight strikes, but couldn't extend it to 6. Belleville West is already done with their 9th frame. One more throw coming up here from Wilde, and we'll head to the 10th. And that one's on the way. And he'll take care, of course, of the 4 and the 7, but the 9 pin remains. So after 9, heading to the 10th, Collinsville up comfortably, 882 to 700. Last frame of the game, last frame of the match. And to lead us off here is Shane Box on lane 26. And how about a strike for Shane Box to start off frame number 10. That's 2 in a row now for him. Or excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong side. He was on a spare on frame number 9. Here is Devin Schmittling on 25. He'll pick up a strike. That's 2 in a row for him. Girls are just now starting frame number 4, so they got a while to go. Shane Box. JV boys are about ready to start the 7th frame. And 1 pin left up there for Box on his 2nd throw here in the 10th, so he'll have 1 chance to get that spare. And I think he'll have no problem winning the head-to-head match here against Schmittling, as Schmittling leaves himself a sleeper on his 2nd throw here in the 10th. So Shane Box just has the 1 pin to pick up. And here he goes. And he'll take care of that. And Shane will end up with his first game over 200. He'll end up with a 202. So he went from 145 to 199 to 202. Schmittling is done as well, and he ends up with a 151. So Box will win his head-to-head matchup for the 2nd straight game. Here is Jace Coates down 26 for the Kahoks. How about a strike to start off the 10th? Here is Caden Bateau on 25. He'll leave up the 7 pin. Collinsville is not behind at all in any of the head-to-head matches here in this 3rd and final game. Jace Coates ready for number 2 here in the 10th. And he'll have a chance to go for a spare. Bateau will miss his, and that'll do it for him tonight. He'll end up with a 152. 10 pins off of his 162 in the last game. After a 154 in the first, and there is Coates, who picks up his spare and will end up with a 175. So first head-to-head matches have been won here by Collinsville. Here is Hayden LeDrew down 26. And he'll have a split to deal with. Colin Conan over on 25 has the 1 pin left himself. And he will pick that one up for one more throw before his night is over. Well, let's see what LeDrew can do with this. He's got the 4, the 7, and the 6, I believe. And he's going to hit the 7. That's going to be it. And LeDrew will end up with a 170, no, excuse me, a 180, so he ties his last game. And Conan will end up with a 140. So 3 of the 4. Here is Brody Hoganson. Just saw his 5-strike streak in a row come to an end last frame. But he'll start another one here in the 10th. Trevor Muskoff on 25, ready to go. Muskoff, he's looking for 5 strikes in a row. And he will leave up the 7. Hoganson looking to make it 2 straight strikes here in the 10th. Hoganson had the high game in game number 1 and game number 2. Might do the same here in game number 3. Wilde might have something to say about that, but Hoganson's making his presence be felt here as he strikes the first 2 balls here in the 10th. Already has a higher game than his first 2. 213 in his first one, 204 in his second one. Sitting at 224 right now with one more throw left. Muskoff picked up his spare, so he'll have one more throw. Hoganson, his final throw of the night, down 26. Curves in there, and how about a turkey in the 10th? Ends up with a 234. Muskoff. Final throw. He'll leave 2 up, and Muskoff will end up with a 216. Just couldn't handle the 234 by Hoganson. Here is Wilde. Anchor bowler for Collinsville, and he'll leave up 1. And Parker Schmidt will have himself a split to deal with. That's not the way he wanted to end it. Wilde already had the lead. As Wilde goes for his spare over here on 26, he'll pick it up and he'll have one more throw to end the night. Here is Schmidt. He'll pick up just the 1, so Schmidt's night will come to a close with a 179. And now one more throw coming up here from Wilde, and this game will be over. This match will be over. And here is the final throw of the night for the boys. Down 26 and 3 left up. But Wilde will end up with a 221, his highest of the night. And Collinsville wins all 5 head-to-head matches and wins this last match, last game, 1,012 pins to 800 38. So Collinsville picks up all 10 points there in that final matchup and will win this one here tonight, 26-4. That brings us to our post-game coverage brought to you by Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, owned and operated by Dr. Chris McCluskey. He and his crew are focused on helping as many people as possible live high-quality lives all through chiropractic care and wellness. You can visit Dr. McCluskey at Chiropractic Works in Collinsville, 410 Regency Center, just off of the Beltline Road in Collinsville. Give them a call at 618-343-3602 or online at chiropracticworkscollinsville.com. Post-game show coming your way next on the Kahoks Sports Network.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an Invisired lipolaser machine. The Invisired machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The Invisired technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we would be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that Invisired offers.
Looking for a great place to watch the game with your crew? Look no further than the Lucky Fox Sports Bar in Uptown Collinsville. The Lucky Fox shows Collinsville Kahoks sports on the big screen, plus UFC fights, boxing, Cardinals and Blues, and all of the NFL games with the NFL ticket and enough TVs, you'll be sure to find the game you want. And the food? How about Taco Tuesdays, Wing Wednesdays, plus burgers and sandwiches, pizza, steak, and more, including great drink specials and the coldest beer in town. Plus, they have an in-house DJ on Friday and Saturday nights. Dine in and catch a game or order carry-out with the Lucky Fox. The Lucky Fox Sports Bar, 118 East Main Street in Uptown Collinsville. Open daily at 11 a.m. Check out the Lucky Fox Facebook page for daily specials. The Lucky Fox, 618-223-1948. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is one of the area's longest-running VFW posts. VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville is your place to meet and join other area veterans. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville offers all kinds of activities to help our veterans, as well as engaging the public with fun, food, fellowship, and a great time for great causes. Blood drives, fundraisers, raffles, and a Queen of Hearts drawing every Wednesday night. Plus, VFW Post 1117 in Caseyville has event space for your parties, celebrations, and other get-togethers. For more information, check out the VFW Post 1117's Facebook page or call the Caseyville VFW at 618-344-9878. Got questions about Medicare? If you're approaching the age of 65, the answer to that question is a resounding yes. Bill Holton is a former Collinsville Raider and Kahawk football player and is now an independent broker with Senior Health Plans, and he can answer all of those tough questions when it comes to Medicare. Which plan, which part, what's covered, and what's not. If you're approaching the age of Medicare and need those questions answered, let Bill Holton get you those answers. Bill Holton with Senior Health Plans. Call him today at 618-978-2306 or email Bill Holton at william.holton@yahoo.com. Looking for a new place to catch the game with cold drinks and great food? Look no further than 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville. 1101 Bar and Grill features pizza, burgers, wraps, and salads, plus 7 large screen TVs to catch the latest Kahawk games and all the pro sports across the spectrum, plus all the college football and basketball you can handle. 1101 Bar and Grill in Caseyville, 1101 Caseyville Road, right across the street from Kahawk Stadium. Call 1101 Bar and Grill for carryout orders at 618-223-1332. Celebrate the life of your loved one should be as special as the person they represent. That's why you will always find the staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville ready to go the extra mile to meet the needs of you and your family during those times. For over 100 years, Her Funeral Home has been there for Collinsville and the surrounding communities. Of the many arrangements made after losing a loved one, the first is the selection of a funeral home. The staff at Her Funeral Home in Collinsville can help with that planning. Call Her Funeral Home in Collinsville at 618-344-0187. Her Funeral Home, serving Collinsville families for over 100 years. 618-344-0187. All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent service staff. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. And of course, All Pro Tees is your destination for everything Collinsville Kahoks. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville at 2240 South Morrison Avenue. Online at allprotees.com. Right across the street from Kahoks Stadium. All Pro Tees, 618-344-2200.
We love to have you come work for the City of Collinsville. We have many positions available, from seasonal jobs to full-time opportunities in many of our departments. From police and fire to Gateway Center, Parks and Recreation, and City Hall. Our employees enjoy great benefits like comprehensive medical plans, paid time off, tuition reimbursement, and more. Visit the city's website, collinsvilleil.org, to apply and learn more about working for the City of Collinsville.
I'd like to introduce you to some incredible new technology we have available here at Chiropractic Works. The machine is known as an InvisiRed lipolaser machine. The InvisiRed machine emits a red light and red laser that combine in unison to go through the skin layers into the adipose or fat tissue and cause the cells to go ahead and metabolize themselves. The InvisiRed technology is the only machine that's FDA approved for fat loss, stimulates collagen and elastin, improves the function of the lymphatic system, boosts metabolism, and increases metabolic response. Typical response after the very first treatment is 1/2 to 2 inches of loss in body measurement. So if you think that this technology could help you accomplish any weight loss or aesthetic goals, we'd be glad to have you come in for a consultation, get a first treatment, and experience the amazing benefits that InvisiRed offers.
Let me welcome you back into the Chiropractic Works post-game show here on the Kahoks Sports Network. Collinsville wins this one here tonight. Head-to-head matchup with Belleville West. Final tally was 36-4, 26-4 by virtue of the head-to-head and the team, and then you add on 10 more points for the big team win. So 36-4 is your final. Head coach Eli Hay joining us now. We're gonna blame stuff on your dad here right off the bat, man.
Yeah.
Shane Box, Jace coach, Shane Box. I'm like, I didn't even know I was doing it wrong until the third game started.
Oh, it's all good there.
Yeah. All right, so let's start off with Shane Box, man. 145 in his first game, and you could tell he was frustrated in that first game. Had a number of gutter balls, but man, he didn't give up. 199. He came back in his second game, and he ended up that third game with a 202. So talk about the senior Shane Box, or is he a junior?
He's a junior.
Okay,
a junior this year.
because I got that one backwards too.
Yeah, no, he's a junior this year. So, no, I mean it's kind of been his issue this year. He's having a more difficult time with slow starts, and I know that now, and that's why he stayed in. Nobody at JV looked at, good enough to bring over, so we wanted to stay around. I knew he was going to bring it back better. He's just having some issues this year with slow starts, getting situated, getting comfortable with the lanes. He'll be better by the end of the year. But yeah, right now it just seems to be his issue. He just needs a little bit to get warmed up and get going. But once he gets going, obviously the scores improve drastically.
Yeah. Now I covered you when you played for the Collinsville Kahoks bowling team.
Yeah.
Were you one of those guys who uses the two-hand thing?
No. My brother did.
Yeah.
My brother did. I was a one-hander.
So tell me the difference in why some people do that as opposed to just putting your three fingers in the holes and letting it go.
So two-handed is honestly the future of the sport. It's just the more optimal way to bowl, because how you get rotation is keeping your hand behind the ball and under it. With two hands, you have your left hand to help you do that, as opposed to just your right hand with two fingers and a thumb. So two-handers are able to generate that rotation almost effortlessly compared to one-handed. They also don't have to worry about clearing their thumb when they throw the ball, which is one of the more difficult parts about one-handed bowling, is because it's a very, very fine, minute timing that you have to work on, and it takes a while to get it just right. And if you make even the tiniest little mistake, will drastically affect your roll as a one-hander. Whereas two-handers, they don't have to worry about that. Their thumb's on the side of the ball. They don't have to worry about clearing it. It's just an easier way to put faster speed, better rotation on the ball. So whenever we get new bowlers, like when we had Shane in middle school, he started one-handed, but he was very new, and we switched him to two-handed early because it was going to be easier for him to do, and he's really taken it on and made it look as good as it is.
So the two-handed bowlers don't use the thumb hole?
No. A few of them do, but more often than not, it's a thumbless way to bowl.
All right, let's talk about Brody Hoganson, man. He had a great night, man.
Absolutely.
Everything over 200, 213, 204, 234. Had the high game of the night, had the high series of the night. He was fun to watch.
Absolutely, yeah. No, he loves Camelot. He bowls at Camelot exceptionally well. I mean, in tryouts, he averaged somewhere around 225. So no, Brody loves this house. He bowls really well here. He just posts good, consistent shots. He's around the same spot. He doesn't miss too far left, doesn't miss too far right, but he throws it exceptionally consistent. And that way, if he misses a little bit, it's still going to make its way back to the pocket because he's throwing such a good ball off his hand. And physically, he's just real strong and steady at the line every time. No, Brody did a lot of work in the offseason this year, and he's proven to be one of our more consistent, higher game bowling.
And him and Daniel Willity kind of pushed each other there in that last game, man. Frames 4 through 8, nothing but strikes from the two of them.
Yeah, no, they that seems to be the way this team's working. It's either good or bad. If they're two guys seem to be following each other no matter what they do, and even in that string, they both ended on very similar shots where they got a little on the side of the ball and worked it too much. But no, it seems to happen a lot. We have two guys that usually push each other there, and they string a lot of strikes together, and it's definitely something you want as a team.
All right, so if memory serves me correctly, you guys are at O'Fallon Wednesday?
We are, yep.
O'Fallon's always tough.
They're always tough, and they do not like losing to us, so they always bring it a little bit harder whenever we come to their house. Obviously, Daniel bowls well at St. Clair. We've got kids that can bowl well there. They changed their shot up from last year to this year, and it's a lot more hittable, so we're going to bring it. We're ready.
All right, man. I'll be back here 1 week from tonight to cover the girls, but I'll see you then, and then
Absolutely.
2 days later after that, I got the boys again.
Perfect.
All right, have a good one, man.
Do the same.
All right, that is Eli Hay. He's in charge of the boys bowling side of teams, even though his dad is the head coach. I'm going to have to get with him on giving me these fake names or these wrong names. But anyway, that is going to do it for us here tonight. Collinsville wins this one on the boys' side 36-4. The girls still are just now starting the 8th frame in their final match of the night, final game of the night. So by the time I get through breaking down all of my equipment, they should be close to being done. I'll stick around and find out the final scores and post that on the Kahoks Sports Network's Facebook page, along with the JV boys. They're in their 10th frame right now of their 3rd game of the night, so they'll be done here in just a moment. Unfortunately, not enough girls have gone out, so the JV girls had to forfeit all their matches here tonight against Belleville West. So a big thank you to Eli Hay joining us in the pre- and the post-game show. Big thank you again to Todd Campbell. He's always trying to help me out. He was the one who told me that I had the names backwards, so we thank him for pointing out mistakes. And he always gives me an update on all the scoring as well, so we appreciate everything that Todd Campbell does. His son, Brandon, is going to join us, I believe, next week here against, I don't know. He's going to join us, I believe, on Wednesday of next week for that contest. I believe that was the 11th, so that should round out pretty well. And 9th, yeah, that'll be next Wednesday. So we'll look forward to having Brandon on the air once again. All right, so tomorrow we are back at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium for a little basketball. Rochester making the long drive from up north down here for that one. That one's an early start, so the team from Rochester can get back on the road a little bit earlier than normal to get their kids back home because they have school on Wednesday as well. So I believe JV is at 5:30, and the varsity game is set to go at 7 o'clock instead of 7:30, and that's where we will be tomorrow. So we'll be on the air right after the JV game ends, and the tip-off will follow. So until tomorrow, my name is Todd Duke. Everyone enjoy the rest of your Monday.